AITA for refusing to adopt my Niblings knowing that it would make them feel rejected? My 38M, sister Sasha, 35F, and I are not close. On top of having very different interests, I really don't like kids, and she's the type of person who can't comprehend other people not wanting kids. Our rift widened even further when I questioned her decision to have kids and refused to be an involved/funkle/ATM. She kept trying to force her kids onto me, so I went LC. Unfortunately, Sasha proved me right. She really struggled and ended up committing suicide 2 years ago. Worse yet, both of her kids, Amy 13F and Tim 11M, found her body and a suicide note in which she admitted to regretting having children. The baby daddies were not and should not ever be considered for guardianship. My mom, 62F, took in the kids and put them in therapy. She recently received a terminal cancer diagnosis, and no one is willing to take in the kids. I was named as the preferred guardian in Sasha's will. No, I don't know what Sasha was thinking, and now many are looking to me to step up. Despite a hefty amount of backlash, I refused. I know myself well enough to confidently say that I would be abusive as a parent. Furthermore, blood isn't important to me, and my relationship with Sasha and/or her kids aren't strong enough for me to have an obligation to the kids. And most importantly, I simply don't want to. About 2 months ago, my mother became desperate. She started feeding the kids stories about how apparently Sasha and I were BFFs and how I really wanted to adopt them but feared rejection, and how we would all be a happy family if only my fears could be resolved. She was apparently planning to have the kids surprise me with adoption papers during the upcoming family reunion to coerce me into adopting them. I refused to play her game. I made up an excuse to skip the reunion and have been avoiding my mother. What I failed to anticipate was my mother using a luncheon with my aunt as a setup. Fortunately for me, I was able to see my mother and the kids approaching from a distance. We were sitting outside at a cafe and got the heck out there before they could trap me. The kids have regressed into a downward spiral. Many are blaming me, saying that I made the kids feel unwanted, that I should have just said yes, and even the more sympathetic ones think that I could have handled it better. I am being hounded by my relatives, but I don't see how I'm responsible. Yes, me borderline running away during the luncheon with an "oh shit" look on my face probably helped the kids connect the dots, but it was never my responsibility to cover for my mother's lies. She set the kids up for heartbreak, knowing very well that I already rejected them and would have never agreed to be their guardian.